Sister Wives Meri Brown shares why she refuses to be silenced amid signs. Cristin's tell-all book will share major Brown family secrets. Sister Wives star Meri Brown recently revealed that she's seen people being silenced about the way they live their lives throughout her life, and she's refusing to stand down against her own truth amid signs that Cristin Brown's tell-all book will reveal juicy family secrets. As Meri has moved through Sister Wives Season 19, stepping out of her marriage to Cody Brown and into an independent life, she's been getting a lot off her chest. From opening up about how Cody's treated her in the past to pushing away from her relationship with Robin Brown, Meri's been standing in her truth. In a new Instagram post, Meri revealed that after having watched people throughout her life refuse to stand and speak up for themselves, she's staying true to my value system as I'm speaking my truth no matter what. While Meri has often been pushed to stay quiet about what's happened in her life and relationships, she's been sharing more about herself, her life, and her past with her followers. Meri has made it clear that she won't be silenced anymore, especially when it comes to what she's been through in life. "My story deserves to be heard," Meri boldly shared. Although Meri hasn't made any formal announcement about a tell-all book yet, she's been open about the fact that she wants to write one in the future. Sharing that she may need to wait until Sister Wives ends and the legalities surrounding it aren't an issue anymore, Meri's been upfront that she has a lot to say about Cody and his other wives. Meri's future book would be interesting, especially considering Cristin's book is coming in 2025 while Sister Wives is still alive and well. Meri's assertion to stand in her truth is a great sign for a tell-all. While Meri may need to wait for time to pass before she sits down to write a tell-all, she's been clear that she doesn't hold back about herself on her platform, Worthy Up. Though it's not entirely clear where Meri reveals what she's been holding back, she consistently promotes that she's her most authentic self with those who choose to engage with Worthy Up. Her decision to be her bold, true self in public is an incredible step forward for Meri, and leaves space for her to continue that authenticity with a broader audience on social media. As Meri continues to open up about her time with Cody, her relationship with her fellow sister wives, and her life before her marriage to the family patriarch on her own platform, many have wondered what's going to come to light in her potential tell-all. With Meri having shared how much she wants to be open, it's clear that there won't be any punches pulled when she does choose to write a book about her life. Meri's stories about Cody, Robin, and the plural marriage as a whole may be even more illuminating than Sister Wives itself. The wind was brisk on the quiet morning that Meri Brown sat down with a glass of iced tea and a notebook full of thoughts. It was the kind of morning that encouraged reflection, one that seemed to slow down time, even if only for a moment. But Meri, despite her quiet exterior, was far from idle. In fact, in the eye of a storm that had been brewing for years, she was finding her voice once again. Cristin's tell-all book had set the Brown family world ablaze. For weeks, rumors had circulated about the secrets Cristin would unveil, the truths she'd expose, and the stories she would reveal about the inner workings of the polygamous family. Whispers had turned to gossip, and gossip to full-blown speculation. But one thing was clear. This book, if it lived up to the hype, would change the landscape of the Brown family dynamic forever. Yet, despite the media frenzy, Meri Brown, the second wife in the plural marriage, had remained resolutely silent. In a world that craved scandal and sensationalism, she didn't feed the fire. She'd kept her peace, continuing to run her business, focusing on her own healing journey, and staying steadfast in her commitment to herself and her family, whether they appreciated her or not. But silence, Meri knew, didn't always speak the loudest. After years of standing in the shadow of controversy and heartbreak, Meri had come to a conclusion that both shocked and empowered her. "I'm not being silenced," Meri declared with a confident calmness in her voice. "And I won't let anyone make me feel like I should stay quiet when I have something to say." The remark, made in an exclusive interview, wasn't just a response to Cristin's book. It was a statement of personal freedom. The media had painted Meri as the wife who had accepted her relegated position in the family, the one who had stayed in a relationship that seemed more about tradition than love. But Meri's refusal to be silenced signified a deeper evolution, one that stretched beyond the confines of a reality show. A history of silence. Meri had always been the quiet one in the family, the one who watched from the sidelines as Cody's other wives navigated their relationships with him. She had borne the brunt of criticism from the public, having been the subject of speculation about her emotional distance from Cody, the alleged infidelity, and the difficult dynamic between her and the other wives. But behind her calm exterior, Meri had been processing, growing, and most importantly, deciding when and how to reclaim her narrative. I spent so many years in a space where I let others define me, define my place, my role, Meri said, her voice steady. I've always been a person who finds solace in quiet reflection, but I also know that there comes a point when you have to stand up and speak for yourself. Years of marriage to Cody had worn down the romantic notion of plural marriage for Meri. There had been ups and downs, of course, but what remained constant was a sense of isolation. Her connection with Cody had diminished, leaving her to question her place within the family and her role in a relationship that seemed to be deteriorating. That period of introspection had led her to an epiphany. She needed to find her own voice again. Her decision not to engage with the drama surrounding Cristin's book was, in many ways, part of that personal revolution. The book that could change everything. Cristin's upcoming book was filled with promises of revelations about the Brown family's inner workings. Sources close to the book suggested that the tell-all would expose the complicated relationships between Cody and his wives, shedding light on the difficulties they faced living a plural lifestyle. But perhaps most intriguingly, it was rumored that Cristin would delve into Cody's relationship with Meri, one that had been famously strained over the years. Cristin, always open about her own struggles within the family, had spoken about her separation from Cody, her decision to leave the marriage, and her new life with David Woolley. While Cristin's move to embrace her independence was seen as a moment of empowerment, it was also seen as a threat to the fragile unity that the Browns had once prided themselves on. I think people forget that there's so much more to a relationship than what you see on TV, Meri said thoughtfully. For me, there are moments of happiness and moments of deep sadness, but I'm not defined by any one moment in my life. Cristin's revelations could potentially bring to light Meri's feelings about Cody, their relationship dynamics, and the challenges she faced as a woman in a plural marriage. In the past, Meri had chosen silence as a way to protect herself from the outside world. But now, she was more determined than ever to take control of her own narrative. I've learned that silence doesn't always protect you. Sometimes, it just keeps you stuck, Meri admitted. I'm not going to pretend that everything is okay when it's not. I have struggles too. But I also have strength, and I know what it means to stand up for myself. Finding her strength. Meri's decision to stop being silenced wasn't just about reacting to Cristin's book. It was about a deeper, more personal transformation. Meri had spent years wrestling with her own identity and her place within the family. As the years went by, she became more introspective, focusing on building a life for herself outside of the family drama. She found new purpose in her business ventures, including her bed and breakfast, as well as her online ventures, where she built a loyal following. For Meri, the true freedom came when she realized that she didn't need anyone's permission to live her truth. She didn't need Cody's validation or the approval of the public. What mattered was her own peace, her own understanding of who she was, and her ability to continue moving forward. I've realized that my happiness can't depend on anyone else but me, Meri confessed. There are a lot of things that I've been through in this family, but I've come to a place where I'm okay with who I am. I'm proud of the woman I've become, even if others don't understand it. Meri's newfound confidence wasn't a reaction to Cristin's book alone. It was the culmination of years of self-reflection and inner strength. As the world waited for Cristin's secrets to unfold, Meri was ready to face whatever came her way with a newfound sense of grace and power.